not as effective for as like her performance, because she looked like she's back. She's definitely back. Now, there was some other things that happened in WNBA today, and we're going to be talking about that too. But the Indiana Fever, I got to salute Stephanie White on this one, guys. I just got to keep it real, man. She came in, whatever happened at halftime, they went into that damn locker room, and they fixed it. They damn sure fixed it. Caitlin Clark is now taken out of the game. I think it's like a minute and some change left. But, man, overall.
Fans witnessed an impressive showing from the Indiana Fever, with guard Caitlin Clark and forward Aaliyah Boston both looking fully locked in. The Fever defense stood out as a key storyline, especially considering the team trailed for most of the contest. Coach Stephanie White and the coaching staff appeared to make critical adjustments, turning what looked like a potential blowout into a comeback win. Breanna Stewart had been getting favorable whistles early and was finding the free throw line often, but the momentum flipped noticeably as the game progressed. The Fever's play has fueled talk that this team could realistically be building toward a championship-caliber roster this season.
Now taken out of the game. I think it's like a minute and some change left. But, man, overall, I cannot be happy enough for this performance of Caitlin Clark. I ain't lying, man. Just to see her back, feeling good. Took her a little slow start for her to really get going, get her feet under her. But overall, I can't complain. Let's dive into the box score. Look and see what the people saying online. Let's pull it up. Now, something that we have to address that happened in tonight's game is that every person that got in the game for the Indiana Fever scored points, man.
Clark's movement suggested she's fully recovered from the back issue that had limited her recently. Her performance made clear she's back to full strength. There were several other developments across the league worth covering as well, but the Fever's turnaround deserves credit first. Whatever adjustments were made at halftime clearly worked, as the team locked in defensively and offensively down the stretch. Clark was pulled from the contest with roughly a minute remaining, and by that point, her return to form was already evident, even after a slower start where she needed time to find her rhythm.
Score points, man. And we hardly ever rarely see this. Monique Billings played a total of 18 minutes. She had 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field. Aaliyah Boston, do we need to say any more? 15 points, 7 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell. Now, we know how Kelsey Mitchell is. She's a very competitive player, and I guess she felt the type of way about Caitlin Clark getting them damn 45 points. But Kelsey Mitchell played a total of 30 minutes, 33 points. She had 4-6.
Looking at the box score, one standout detail was that every single player who saw the court for Indiana put points on the board. A rare feat. Monique Billings logged 18 minutes with 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Aaliyah Boston turned in a strong all-around effort with 15 points and 7 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, known for her competitive edge, appeared to play with extra intensity, perhaps motivated by Clark's record-breaking outing the previous game. Mitchell finished with 33 points in 30 minutes, shooting well from three-point range on 10 of 14 shooting overall, and tallied 1 assist, reportedly to Clark. Clark herself played 26 total minutes, continuing to operate under the minute restrictions the coaching staff has kept in place, a decision that continues to raise questions given her level of play.
30 minutes, 33 points. She had 4-6 from three-point land, 10 of 14, and she had 1 assist. Now, I believe her 1 assist went to Caitlin Clark. Now, we got to talk about the Sugargoat. Caitlin Clark, 26 minutes total played. So, as of right now, the way the Indiana Fever doing it, they still got Caitlin Clark on these damn minute restrictions, which is beyond me. I would have thought that she wouldn't be on minute restrictions, but it is what it is, man. We just got to deal with it, I guess, to this point. But overall,
as a team, Indiana shot an efficient 54% from the field and 50% from three-point range, going 20 for 27 at the free throw line while pulling down 32 rebounds. Turnovers remained a persistent issue, something that has plagued the team throughout the season, though it didn't cost them this time. Against a stronger opponent, that sloppiness could easily have proven costly.
Oh, man, good team win. Let's look and see how the team performed as a whole. Here are the team stats. The Indiana Fever actually shot 54% from the field tonight, which is exceptionally well. They shot 50% from three. They was 20 of 27 on free throws. and they had 32 total rebounds. Now, we have to talk about the turnovers. They're still struggling to hold on to the damn basketball. These turnovers are turning into a nightmare for the Indiana Fever.
Officiating was a major storyline as well, with 48 combined fouls called between both teams. 24 of them on Indiana, with a noticeable uptick in calls favoring the Fever during the second half. Clark continued her frequent trips to the free throw line. There's been chatter that league officials have been paying closer attention to how games are officiated, and Wednesday's contest seemed to reflect that shift.
To a nightmare for the Indiana Fever. Now, surprisingly, they won this game, which is a shocker to me, but let it been another team, top-notch team like Minnesota, someone like that, this could have went very south very fast. Now, the referees was definitely doing a big one tonight, man. Total fouls was 48 between both teams. Indiana Fever got called for 24 fouls, and it seemed like the second half, they just called everything for the Fever. I just got to be honest, man. Caitlin Clark was going to the free throw line.
A physical moment between Clark and Jonquel Jones is likely to generate discussion. During a screen-setting sequence, Clark absorbed a hard hit that some felt warranted a more significant penalty, though broadcasters ruled it a legal screen despite the heavy contact. New York extended its lead to 9 points off a Stewart free throw shortly after, and a technical foul was assessed, reportedly against Clark. Replay showed Clark getting driven into hard while working through the screening action, with no additional foul called on the play.
Called everything for the Fever. I just got to be honest, man. Caitlin Clark was going to the free throw line per usual. Now, see, everybody thought Adam Silver was blowing smoke up everybody, but I told y'all yesterday, Adam Silver made it his business to fix these referees, and that's exactly what I've been seeing displayed. Now, there was an incident between Jonquel Jones and Caitlin Clark at this game that is going to have the internet talking tomorrow. I'm talking about a screen. She got hit hard. Like, she damn near should have got ejected for this. Let's pull it up.
Attention also turned to the front office, specifically General Manager Amber Cox, who had stayed silent following Clark's historic 45-point, 10-assist performance a night earlier. With Mitchell now posting a 30-plus point outing of her own, it remains to be seen whether her performance draws public recognition where Clark's did not. Mitchell was especially dominant in the third quarter, single-handedly outscoring the entire Liberty roster, 14-12 during that stretch. Per tracking data, 8 of those points came in transition, as part of a 12-0 run that shifted momentum in Indiana's favor. Whatever White and the staff addressed at the break clearly resonated with the team's execution in that stretch. Credit was given not just for identifying problems, but for how quickly the group corrected course.
Let's pull it up.
That's a legal screen. I mean, I know it's a lot of contact, but Jones was there.
So Stewart will hit the free throw in New York out to a 9-2 lead. And then a technical is called. And I believe that was against Caitlin Clark. So a very hard screen. Here it is, Clark trying to fight through the action, gets leveled by Jonquel Jones.
That's a legal screen. I mean,
Another flashpoint involved a hard foul on Mitchell by Stewart that went unreviewed, drawing criticism online for not being upgraded even to a basic penalty. Social media users pointed out the physicality of the play and questioned why it wasn't looked at further. Officiating in the WNBA has been a recurring topic of conversation, though credit was given to the officials for how the second half unfolded overall, with Indiana taking care of business down the stretch.
A defensive play on Flau'jae Johnson, who, by the way, showed her ass last night. She wasn't happy that, Caitlin Clark was tearing her up last night. Absolutely. Caitlin Clark, by the way, tried to shake her hand at one point, and Flau'jae just did the and walked off. So, I mean, what can you expect at this point?
Despite the win, speculation continues that this could be Clark's final season with the franchise, with some suggesting the recent organizational tension may already be too much to overcome, regardless of on-court success. Still, the Fever have now won consecutive games, including a solid win over a Liberty team that, despite an uneven season, still features star-level talent worth respecting.
At this point, really. So, Caitlin Clark said, I wasn't coming out of this game.
Caitlin, this might be a dumb question, so forgive me, but minutes restriction the last couple of nights, when you got to 25 tonight, was there any conversation about coming out of that game, or were you kind of like, don't even come near me?
Steph knows better than that. Trainers know better than that. They would get an earful. But I told Steph at halftime, like, I felt really good, and I didn't want to lose this game, and, you know.
Just hours removed from what is being called the top WNBA performance of the 2026 season, and arguably the best showing from Caitlin Clark since 2024, reaction continued to pour in from across the sports world. Among the highlights not covered in the original game recap was a standout defensive sequence against Flau'jae Johnson, who was visibly frustrated by how the matchup went. At one point, Clark reportedly extended a hand toward her after the final whistle, only for Johnson to walk away without acknowledging it.
At halftime, like, I felt really good, and I didn't want to lose this game, and, you know, hopefully I'm going to do everything I can tonight to take care of my body, and then we get back out at it tomorrow. But like I said, like, I can trust all the work that I put in on my body, and, you know, I spent a ton of time on it, and I trust the people around me that really helped me, and, you know, I always find confidence in that, so I know I'm doing all the right things, and there was no way I was ever coming out of the game in the fourth quarter. It didn't matter. I would play with one leg.
She made it clear. She was not coming out of that game.
Clark made it known afterward that she had no intention of leaving that game under any circumstances. Asked whether there had been any discussion about pulling her given a couple of recent missed free throws, she explained that her coaching staff and training staff know better than to suggest that to her, a comment met with laughter. She added that she felt good at halftime and didn't want to risk losing the game, saying she planned to do everything possible to take care of her body afterward before getting back to work the next day. She noted she trusts the effort she has put into her physical preparation and the people who help her with it, and that this trust gives her confidence. She stated flatly that nothing was going to get her out of that fourth quarter. She would have played on one leg if she had to.
Pretty clear. She was not coming out of that game. Quote, there was no way I was ever coming out of the game in the fourth quarter. Bravo. That's exactly the kind of fire and brimstone that Caitlin Clark should be bringing at the training staff and at Stephanie White. She knows how she feels. She knows her own body. If she feels like she can play, she needs to be like, I'm staying in this game. I'm playing. The team needs me. I'm going to.
That declaration, that there was no way she was coming out of the fourth quarter, drew praise as exactly the kind of assertiveness fans want to see directed at both the training staff and head coach Stephanie White. The reasoning: she knows her own body and her own limits, and when she feels capable of playing, she should be able to say so, and have that respected by the organization. Notably, White herself had words of praise for Clark afterward, which was framed as a rare and notable moment.
I'm playing. The team needs me. I'm going to go. I think that's all the exact kind of thing we're looking for, and we're looking for the franchise to allow that to happen. Stephanie White praising Caitlin Clark. Yes, folks, hell has frozen over.
Let's go! Hey, y'all, look, I'm really proud of you, okay? I mean, that was a battle, and you just got to find a way to win.
Locker room celebration audio followed, with the coaching staff expressing pride in the team for grinding out a tough win. Several records were read aloud to cheers. Most points scored by a single player in franchise history. The first ever 40-point, 10-assist game in WNBA history. The highest combined scoring total by two teammates in franchise history at 75 points, split between Clark and a teammate, and a top 3 showing in single-game offensive rebounds for another player.
Find a way to win. And we found a way to win. See? My God. Oh. My God. Most single-game points in Fever franchise history. First ever WNBA 40-point, 10-assist ball game.
Special credit went to Michaela Timpson, with a push for her to become a regular starter going forward given her speed and athleticism. She delivered exactly what many expected of her. On the flip side, it was suggested that the game exposed how much Aja Boston's lack of speed hurts her team defensively once the pace picks up, since the Fever were able to push tempo all night without getting bogged down. The up-and-down style many had been hoping to see all season.
For the most points in franchise history, 75. And KK, way to be ready, baby. One more. Hey, third. Third most offensive rebounds.
All right.
Reaction rolled in from numerous public figures. One commentator praised Clark for elevating the sport as a whole and drawing in new fans, framing her response to criticism as proof delivered on the court. Another pointed out that scoring 45 points and 10 assists in a single game, a first in league history, was a remarkable feat for someone previously ranked outside the top 10 guards in the league by at least one analyst, who was said to be facing plenty of ribbing today over that old take. One voice argued Clark is the greatest women's basketball player in league history, while also suggesting that, because she doesn't fit a certain demographic profile some expect from a top star, the league may work to limit how far her career and records go, provided she stays healthy and gets fair opportunities to play. A former NFL player and Heisman winner weighed in as well, noting that while other players have put up bigger scoring totals over the years, none have matched the excitement Clark brings, which is why fans are drawn to her style of play, calling her, without question, the most popular player in the league both on and off the court.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there, but I will say this, Michaela Timpson, can we get her to start every game? We keep banging the drum that she is fast, she's athletic, she's a gazelle. Let her play in these ball games. She was exactly what we thought she could be. Unfortunately, I think something got exposed last night. How slow Aaliyah Boston is when she's on the court.
Additional praise came from a well-known media personality who called the performance the game of the year, describing Clark as the face of the league and suggesting that criticism of her stems from jealousy. A separate reaction referred to her as the sport's reigning star, and even a legendary former NBA player, who had previously downplayed her standing in the league, saw pushback online for that stance. Another commentator joked that after this performance, rival guards would need to reassess where they rank her, dismissing prior criticism as simple bitterness. The overall consensus among reactions, this was one of the most dominant individual efforts anyone has seen, with Clark refusing to let her team lose, finishing with 45 points and 10 assists in a performance widely praised, including by longtime broadcasters. Attention quickly turned to the next matchup, reportedly against the Liberty, with anticipation building around Sabrina Ionescu's return to that lineup. Predictions floated for the upcoming game included another strong outing, with some guessing at a stat line in the range of 30 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds across a heavy minutes workload. Overall, the previous night's game was described as an unforgettable one,